guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions. So again, it's your boy Cobe Rising. Coming for you, coming for you.
Everyone know we the realest, a bunch of go-getters. I bet you can tell I'm the illest. You don't need your fingers to feel it. You know I can straight spit, knock you out with a lady hit. Feel like I'm the one, like I'm Neo, but this is the real life, not the Matrix. I'm about to go ape shit. Ain't no gotta roll out. I know gotta roll out, yeah.
How we rocking. It is a Thursday. It's your boy Cobe Rise and Rise. You dig? We back at it again with a banger. Yes, sir. So we getting everything going. You guys can see the title. You see what's going on. All right. Just getting the IG ready for you, man. How's everybody doing today? Yes, sir. I got my Facebook group tapping in. Got my YouTube family tapping in. About to get the IG live family tapping in. What's going on, man? So you already know how we do. We got to pay these bills. Shout out to Queen City Organics. We got the Raspberry Rafa hands on deck with the sea moss gel. It's the only fitness sea moss that you can get in Charlotte. So tap in with me. You can follow me on IG at King Alajuwan 21. Send me a DM if you're looking for the sea moss. You can also go to the link in my description in the bio. Click the link, and from there you can actually go to the bottom of the page to get your Raspberry Rafa sea moss. Yes, sir. What's going on, my dog, Clay? You already know, man. We in the building. We about to tap in with y'all. Next, we got True High Clarity. So, of course, it's how you want to live your life. You want to live your life. True High with Clarity. So, make sure you guys go to the website, get some fresh gear. You dig what I'm saying? Get your shirts, get your hats. Man, we have everything on deck. We're going to come out with a fitness line as well. So, anybody who's working out, make sure you guys tap in with the crew, TrueHighClarity.com. Yo, we have a special guest, man. I gotta bring him on. Listen, this guy's been boxing for a long time. He knows a lot, and I gotta just go ahead and say it, man. I'm ready to get his perspective on these fights, man, because you know how we do on the fighting channel on Rise and Rise Academy. So without further ado, I'm gonna give a shout out to my dog, my man Jared, man. What's going on, big dog?
Peace.
Yes, sir. What's up, man? How's everything going with you, brother?
Everything's well, man.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I know we was talking in the back, man, about this boxing, man, about everything that's been going on. It's been a lot of fights, and you put me on. I was looking at some of the fights from that Martin guy, and it's crazy how Jared just fell so quick, man. But
yeah. I was actually tapping into that fight you said he lost to Michael Hunter.
Yes. Yeah.
He's a different fighter.
Really?
Well, that fight I just saw with Michael Hunter, he was efforting big punches and trying to exchange with Michael Hunter, but he didn't do that. It's like he evolved to what he did with Jared.
Oh, Gary.
Yeah, it was just casual punches.
Really? Oh, snap. So hold on. So if he went back and fought Michael Hunter, you think it'd be a different type of fight?
I think so.
Oh,
I think so.
Okay, we gotta talk about that, man. Shout out to my dog Aaron, man. MMA. He won that fight 2 weeks ago, man. Shout out to my man Aaron Chambers, dog. You already know what it is. So, man, we got some topics, man. We definitely got to talk about my dog Terrance Crawford in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes.
He to me, he obviously dominated that fight, but just from your perspective, right? Just what do you make out of that fight as far as just him going against Israel? Just like briefly.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people had conflicting thoughts around him being named the SB Boxer of the Year, and then he got hit. But it's like my coach always said, fighters get wet. I mean, swimmers get wet, fighters get hit.
Yeah.
And he had to be at a distance to make that to get hit, but he had to be a distance to land his shots too. And that's what that's what happened.
That's a fact. And like, I think they might have pulled that card too soon. That's my opinion on him being like the boxer of the year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like you said, I remember, like you said, the swimmers get wet, boxers get hit. Listen, if y'all thinking about getting a boxing, bruh, you gonna get hit. I don't care like what y'all think is gonna happen, they gonna get hit.
Yeah.
That's my dog Aaron. He says T Craw is the modern GOAT. Oh, okay. He says he's the modern GOAT. No debate about it. What you think about that, bro?
Yeah. Yeah, I like Terrance. I like Bud. He's you know, I like him in and out the ring. So I think it's that part makes him popular, makes him the people's choice. And yeah. Because there's controversy around, you know, Mayweather, his ring life versus personal life. But when you can get behind somebody that's good in both aspects, you feel good about that. So
I agree, man. To me, he's not like loud like Mayweather is. Like Mayweather's just all in your face, just, you know, reckless with the mouth and all that, you know. But of course he backs it up because I mean he's one of the greats too. To me, I think Mayweather is probably arguably one of the greatest of all time, to be honest. That's just my personal opinion.
Oh yeah, and I give that to Mayweather all day. You know, the technician part of him inside the ring. So yeah.
No, for sure, man. And I guess to me, Bud takes that humble approach, and he's still a dog at the same time. So he definitely is one of my favorites in this fight today. But yeah, like, so matter of fact, who are some of your favorite fighters just in the modern era, like other than just Terrance Crawford?
I like who do I like? I like Tank.
I agree.
Yeah, Tank
is a dog.
He is. You know, he really understands boxing. You box with your feet, and he showcases that anytime he needs to. But I like this guy, Venezuela. You know, I think he's a up and coming guy.
Yes.
Who else there? I like Spence. You know.
That's good. So what do you think the future for Spence looks like? I know he just came off that loss from Terrance Crawford. Like, do you think he's done, or do you think he's gonna just come back a vengeance?
I don't know if he's getting older. I don't know exactly how old he is, but he's getting older. I think things naturally slow down, and you know, everybody fantasizes about pre-accident Spence versus, you know, who he is now. You know, speech is a little more slurred. I know he has been years in and all that, but you know, I'm an advocate for health after boxing.
We definitely need to talk about that, because like we talk about these boxers, bro, and how the longevity affects them. You know what I'm saying? Like with the slurred speeches, with the punch drunk.
Yeah.
Like so if I was in those cases, I got to think about my future. Like I got to think about my family. You know, you still want to be able to be there for your children and be like mentally clear. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to really speak on clear this, because like I know a couple of boxers, bro, who go super hard, and they've been boxing for a long time. Like they're in their like mid to upper 30s now,
Yeah.
And like, of course, they got kids too. And I'm just like, is it that big of? Do you still want to go that hard? Like, because you're not all the way pro yet. You know what I'm saying? You're not. It's not like you're getting paid for it.
Yeah.
So,
right.
like, where's the cutoff? Like,
Yeah.
To me, there should be a time where it's like, all right, it's time to let it go. Like on that type of level. Like, what do you think about that?
Oh yeah, I definitely think so. Like I retired in 2016, 33 years old, I believe, maybe 34, and I just knew it was time. I had my last fight. It was my 20th fight. I fought in Arizona on a Indian reservation in a casino. Mm-hmm. The relevance of the Indian reservation is they had sovereignty against all other boxing rules. So they could pretty much make up whatever they wanted to on the spot. So that played in the part where it was a Showtime fight, fighting a Russian guy by way of New York. And when he came, we were in the dressing room. It was probably like 30 minutes before the TV time and everything would turn on. And they called me back to get my drug test. I assume they called him back. When you get checked in, you get your credentials, and you're not supposed to go anywhere unsupervised. And so my coach warmed me up, and then he went to the bathroom. He ran back in my warm-up area and said, "I just saw your opponent in the bathroom, unsupervised, with a foggy water bottle and a clear one." He went into the stall, drank them both, and threw it away. So I was shocked, but I didn't know how to respond to that. And so he told my coach told the commissioner. Commissioner said, "What do you want me to do about it?" And Coach James said, "It's not what I want you to do. It's the rule put in place when this happens. That's what I want you to follow." And he said, "You're right." He went up to the guy's locker room. They found out he didn't take his drug test, and they came back to me with the ultimatum, like, "All right, either you don't fight and go home, don't get paid, or you can fight him and we'll drug test him in the morning." So me training 6 to 8 weeks, I need the money. That's what fighters are. Prize fighters, we want the prize.
Yep.
So ignorantly, I was like, man, I don't care what he has in the system. I'm hyped up, I'm warmed up, I'm ready.
Oh man, bro.
Yeah. He put me down 3 times in the fight, and then in the 3rd or the 4th round, my back was on the ropes, my hands were up, and I couldn't do anything. The referee just stopped it from there. I called back the next day to the promoter, texted her and said, "Did he show up for the drug test?" She lied and said that he did. And then
he never showed up. Oh
yeah,
my.
Yeah. And then my strength and conditioning coach called his coach, and they got back to New York. It was a Friday night fight. They got back to New York that Saturday morning. Sunday goes by. Monday morning, they supposedly go to their doctor to get a drug test, and they sent it back to the Arizona commissioner 2 days late, and they accepted it. And when they accepted it, I was like, I'm done. I'm good.
Yeah.
It was a good run. But the symptoms, you're talking about the symptoms, right?
Yeah.
I was, after that fight, it was the next 2 weeks. I was standing in the kitchen, and I was talking to my wife at the time, and I said something, but my brain didn't tell my mouth I needed to swallow. And in the middle of my conversation, drool just came out my mouth. And she laughed, and I'm like, what was that?
Yeah.
Was. And then
the fact that you weren't even aware until after the fact is like, yeah.
And then what happened? I have a company, Body Work at Work. We go on site to different corporations and provide chair massage to the employees for appreciation, all that. And I was pitching it to a high school, and I was behind the desk. I was in front of the desk talking to a lady behind the desk about chair massage, and I'm going off. Same thing happened. Ooh. And she jumped back like, what was that? And I'm like, I'm so sorry, and kind of explained to her, I just came back from a boxing match, and I'm having some symptoms. And from there, I went home. I looked at my wife at the time. I said, I'm done. She's like, You sure? I said, I'm super sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm 100%, 1,000% sure. And especially being in healthcare, I understand the
risk.
The risk and injury, what that looks like. And yeah, that's all it took for me.
Hey, listen, if I was insane, bro, I'd have done the same exact thing, man.
Yeah.
Listen, we got a couple fighters too that actually follow me, man. And actually, one of them just chimed in. Shout out to AJ. He said, boxing is definitely more dangerous than MMA by far. Put it in perspective. I have 13 fights and only been punched in the face 2 times. Dudes be getting hit in one boxing fight 300 plus times. I agree. Yeah. And you seen my last fight in 3 minutes, my face didn't get touched. And that is exactly right. MMA, you barely, like you said, barely get touched like that. Yeah. He also says, as a pro, you have to know when to call it. Yep. And I respect people who know when enough is enough. We're only human and have a life in front of us to live. I agree 100%, man. Shout out to my dog AJ in the building. Yes, sir. Nah, so it's crazy, man, because like one of my homies, like he had messed his hand up, boxing. But when you're younger, you mess your hand up, man, you go to sleep, put some ice on you, heal, you back on track. Yeah. He's a little older now. Yeah. And so he is not healing the way it's supposed to. We had a couple fights that he's supposed to be training for. And he's like, he wasn't sure if he was gonna, call the fight or not. And that's where I was kind of asking those questions, like, with Darren, like, you gotta really know when to call it. You know what I'm saying? For sure. You don't want to just, mess that opportunity up. So
and there's so many facets of boxing. You can be a commentary, referee, judge,
absolutely,
motor, manager.
What's his name? Andre Ward. I think Andre Ward, he's one of those commentators now.
Oh yeah. He does a good job with the commentary for sure.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Yeah, that's my thing too. And getting back to on the Terrance Crawford fight, like, so how do you think the strategies were, like, as far as playing a role? Do you think both of them had a strategy, or do you think one of them had a specific tactic to use, more effectively? What do you think about that?
I think they definitely both had a strategy. I think we were all surprised with Madimov. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, yep. with his strategy, because we were expecting Terrance to do what he does, and I thought it fit. He just didn't evolve.
I agree, like, because he started off great against Terrance. Yeah. That's my opinion. I don't think he lasted that long, and he started to get sloppy as time went on.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I thought you might have thought the same thing, but I want to get your thoughts on it, because like everybody's got a strategy going into it, but when you're in the fight, you know how things change and evolve, right?
Yep.
So I think Madrimov, I think he could have beat him. I just don't think that I don't know if it was enough conditioning. I don't know if he didn't read enough into Terrance. I'm not sure if it was the adjustment. I'm not sure of that. But I think he started off with a decent strategy. I just don't think it held his play like it was supposed to.
Yeah. And then you think back on it, Terrance was throwing shots and combinations, and Madrimov was throwing one, sometimes two.
Yeah.
But I follow Andre Durrell. He had a perfect prediction and breakdown, and that's what he said. He said Madrimov throws his punches from too far out and doesn't throw enough punches. He throws it at most 2 to 3. So
he reminds me of another puncher that doesn't punch like that. God, the one that was under Floyd Mayweather. Oh gosh, he was a talker too. Oh my God, Adrian Broner. He didn't throw punches like that either.
Yeah, you're right. He
would pick his punches, but like it almost like it went against him. You know what I'm saying? Like if he would throw more punches, like he probably would be way, way better. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Yep.
Yeah.
Give yourself more opportunity to land or to score a knockout or score a knockdown at least.
I agree, and I think Terrance. That's one thing I like about him. He knows how to throw combinations, and he will keep going in a flow. That's his type of punching style. Yeah. And I respect that. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get him off the rhythm, but I believe, to me, that's the key to really get Terrance, is to get him off his game.
Yeah. So that strategy he had, he kind of, that disposition he had, he shows up in all the fights with that rhythm too. It surprised me when Madrimov had it too, but it was a great counter for what Madrimov was doing. Because if somebody's moving more than you're moving, they probably got a one up on you energetically to implement to be one to step ahead of you. But Terrance already had that innate in him too. So
yeah. I agree. Now that was a beautiful breakdown, man. Because I agree too, and I was like, let me get his take, because I know you probably saw the same thing.
Yeah,
for sure. He what do you think about his footwork, like just defense and offense? With both of them. Yeah, both.
Mm-hmm. I would say Terrance gave more angles. It looked like Madrimov was waiting to see what Terrance was going to do. Mm-hmm. And he saw those moments where he could throw the right hand and hit him. But, yeah, the footwork wasn't there for Madrimov. I think Terrance gave the angles, turned them, went to the bodies.
Yes.
Went to the body, those level changes. And, he created that he created more footwork and showcased footwork more than Madrimov did.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. And I think that's where Madrimov failed at too, was that footwork.
Yeah.
And Terrance, well, I'll say Terrance just had better footwork because, like you said, he got those angles going. I think it's in round 3. I was trying to remember. It was round 3 or 4 where I started to see Terrance kind of roll through his punches, but at the same time, he used that as an angle to, do what he had to do.
Turn into something else.
Yeah, because I remember where he did, I think it was a jab, and Madrimov blocked it, and then Terrance came back with a 2, but at that same time, he came back with that hook. And I don't think Madrimov was ready for it, because you could tell he was kind of like just doing this, but he was punching through his blocks. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where Terrance kind of started to see, okay, there's a weakness for him.
Mm-hmm.
And Terrance gonna do what he do when he sees that. When he sees red, he's about to get blood.
For sure.
That's a fact, man. My boy AJ just timed in again. He says, and then on top of that, boxers will have 200 to 300 total fights.
Yeah.
Amateur plus pro career. MMA full career between 20 and 30 fights. 100% agreed.
Yeah,
I gotta give it a agree. And I think that's another reason why boxers get paid more, because they get so many hits, like so much, at that time as well. But again, that's just my personal opinion. I respect anybody who gets in the ring, no matter if it's MMA or boxing.
Yeah.
Both of them, to me, you still getting it
in. For sure.
As I say, boxing leads to CTE and MMA leads to arthritis. So many broken bones over the body.
Yeah.
That's a fact, man. So what you think about? You agree with that too?
Yeah. I can definitely see that as a metric just based off of the volume number of punches. And until his point, he was saying, like, especially with the amateur fight, 200, 300 amateur fights, Madrimov had 350 plus.
What?
And I didn't hear him say that. Somebody messaged that to me the following week, and I was like, oh, okay. So he was a seasoned fighter going in there.
For sure. He reminds me of what's his name?
Lomo.
Lomo. Yeah, because he had a lot of amateur fights.
Yeah.
Dang, that's insane. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
That's wild, man. That's crazy. Now, Madrimov, the way he approached it, with his strategy, I think we already talked about like kind of where he struggled at. And my personal opinion, I think where he struggled at was, I don't think he held his strategy long enough, and I also think that he struggled in his footwork to try to get around Terrance. I think that was where he messed up his approach.
Yeah.
What do you think where do you think he messed up at as far as his approach?
Yeah, I agree with that. Just not having he almost needed Terrance more than having a offensive plan of attack. He just had more of a counter offensive plan.
I didn't even think about that until you said it, because it was almost like he was waiting for him to kind of come back before he got him like that. But see, Terrance, he got to read Terrance better, because Terrance is good with those combinations, like you said, because he can read those combos too, and he'll come back, full force.
Yeah,
with a flurry of punches.
Yeah, and I can't remember what round it was in, but he hit him like 2 times to the body, uppercut to the body, then uppercut to the head.
4th or 5th?
Maybe 4th or 5th. Maybe 4th or 5th. But it was like right when,
remember correctly.
Yeah, right when they got out that first half of the fight.
Yeah,
and he turned it up and putting punches together.
Yeah.
He endured. Madrimov endured, but You got to give it to the fighter that's throwing more, and it seemed like the punch numbers were about the same. They had them even through a lot of those rounds, but I think I stopped paying attention to the punch numbers towards the end of the fight, but I think Terrance definitely threw more, landed more.
I can actually look it up and see what
the
punch stats. So according to where is it at? All right, here we go. Here we go. So total punches landed and thrown. It looks like, yeah, I think later on during the fight, Crawford had more punches.
Yeah.
Now, Madrimov tried to turn it up later on, but at that point, he pretty much already lost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He wasn't hitting like that. So, yeah, that's what it was. I wish I could pull it up. Here it is. According to CompuBox, let me see if I can pull it up real quick on the screen. Here we go. CompuBox. Here we go. That's it. Can you see it?
Yep.
All right. So, yeah, it looks like total punches landed and thrown. So, 2 out of 20. Now, I don't necessarily agree with these numbers. I don't know. Maybe I'm off, but that's what they have. So 7 out of 28, 6 out of 13, 6 out of 32, 5 out of 17.
Okay, what's the totals again?
Here's the totals right here. So it looks like 95, 433, Crawford, 84, 275, Madrimov.
Okay.
That's bodies landed. Total jabs body landed was looks like 40 out of 223. And then 19 out of 91. And then, of course, the power punches to the body was 55 out of 210. And then 65 to 184.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, that's what the numbers say on CompuBox.
Right. And which I heard CompuBox is a whole bunch of people sitting around in the room clicking the clickers.
That's why I say, like, some of these numbers I think could be a little off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You'll see so many different people with numbers.
There was one fight. Bunny. What's it? Robert Easter was fighting. I can't remember. Robert Easter was fighting a fighter that Ryan Garcia knocked out, like in the first, second round. I think he was from Colombia or something like that.
What year was this?
This was this was like 17, 18.
Okay.
When that's all the fight. But I was watching the fight and they both were standing in front of each other, no punches thrown, and I saw the ticker go up.
Get out of here.
Punch number went up 1, and I was like,
See, yeah, that's why okay, I'm glad you said that, because I don't know how a lot of these people just have so many different clickers, like what they say, like how many punches were thrown.
Yeah,
it's so many people that will just give some crazy numbers, bro. And
I mean, if I hate to say that boxing is rigged, I'm biased, but we've all seen like the football and the basketball,
right? So, it's sports in general, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sports in general, and that's how they would do it if they could do it. It would just be through punches being thrown, punches landed, and yeah. Honestly,
bro, I'm not even. Well, I am mad about it, but at the same time, I get it.
Yeah,
I got to look at the whole Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney fight. I mean, Ryan, he clearly cheated, won the fight, but he bet on himself. They went to the bag and got it. You know, it's unfortunately, to me, Devin Haney probably should have won that fight, with all things being equal.
Yeah,
but you know, like I said, that's how boxing is. It's money grabs.
It is. You ever seen the picture with the difference between Ryan versus Tank versus Ryan versus Haney?
Oh yeah, big difference. He looked like he was a sick person when he went against Tank. You know, so he had bags under his eyes. He looked like a hungry kid. Like you saw the rib cage showing. I'm like, God dang! Like he looked like he already lost before the fight even started. And you know, when he fought against Devin, man, he was like drinking beer, had you could just tell he was like ripped up, like, all right, like something, something ain't right about this.
Yeah.
So, plus, I mean, you can kind of, if you think about it, the fact that he showed up overweight purposely and they still agreed to it, and he even offered to pay. Like, if you look at the breakdown of that contract, like Devin Haney's dad still agreed to it. Like, he should have known something ain't right about this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, I think Devin Haney's, like, to me, I'm not comparing him to Bud, but like, to me, he's kind of like more foots on the ground. He likes to do things by the book. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And Ryan Garcia, to me, is a wild card. You don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So, but like you said, it's that money grab.
Yep.
Shout out to my man AJ. He says, I feel like boxing pays more because it's an older, more established sport all the way back to the BC times, and MMA is brand new, only like 30 or 40 years. That's a part of it too. So I definitely agree with that. Definitely one of the older sports. It's been, like you said, for a very long time.
Yeah. Mob Run as well.
Mob Run. Yeah. Oh gosh, man. There's so many movies on that.
Yeah.
Good Lord. That's crazy. So with this, with the Crawford fight, so I know he's undefeated. Like we get it. Like, I know you hear stuff about like, oh, is he gonna be like, Mayweather with the undefeated record? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think? Who do you think Terrance Crawford should fight next? I mean, I think I know what you're gonna say, but I want to know your thoughts about it.
So
fight.
If I think about, I'll put myself in his shoes.
Yeah.
Then it would be exactly what he said. He's looking for money fights, and to his point, not the fans' point, but Boots is not going to render him the most money.
No, Boots needs some more fights up under him. He needs more. Boots is good, but I agree. I think he needs to have more up under him solidified before he starts, because fighting Boots ain't going to get him no money.
Yeah.
It'd be a good show.
It will be great show. Great show. Yeah, but Canelo's the move, and I think I posted on my story either yesterday or today. Canelo just wants too much. He said like 200 million for Benavidez.
Yeah,
150 million for Crawford is crazy.
I'm gonna be honest. I think he ducking Benavidez. That's my opinion.
Oh, for sure.
I think he Benavidez is a dog, bro.
He is. He don't want that.
Like, he's a monster. I can't. I ain't gonna front, man. I think Canelo knows that too. Like, a little bit of me says that Canelo. I don't think he'll ever admit it. No. I think he's scared of Benavidez.
Yeah.
And rightfully so, because I mean, Benavidez gonna put the balls on that front. Just imagine, bro. You Canelo, bro. You take that fight, you go in all cocky, man, and Benavidez does beat you.
Yeah.
That will actually mess up Canelo's image and money. I don't think it'd be that bad, but it will. It'll mess him a little bit though.
Yeah. It'll taint his ego for sure, and then maybe his brand as well. But I think most people, if they were being factual about it, they understand that he don't want that tough of a fight this close to the end of his career.
Yeah.
And when I think about Benavidez and the style of boxer he is, or a fighter he is, he and Martin actually throw their punches somewhat the same.
I didn't even think about that. That's a good observation.
Yeah, it's just that who talked about it? It's that rope concept, balling up your fist, keep your arm super loose, and the endurance. Like, you're not gonna punch yourself out. You're gonna have more endurance than the other person. Yeah, Chuck Liddell talked about that.
Chuck Liddell, yeah. Shout out to Chuck Liddell, man. He's been fighting for a long time.
Yeah,
OG in the game.
OG in the game. Master's craft.
I respect that, man. So so I think I agree with you. I think he should be a money fight. I would like to see him fight Canelo. Do I think it's gonna happen? I'm not sure. Not now. Maybe later. I think it's too early to tell.
Yeah, for sure.
But he definitely needs that fight for sure.
Who else is on the table?
That's what I was actually thinking. I was trying to think who else is actually on the table that he could fight.
What's
I
up with
mean,
this
to
Spence
me,
fight?
Bud may have to go up in weight.
Yeah.
He may have to go up in weight. He could fight Lomachenko.
Yeah. Well, Lomachenko's at what weight? Lomachenko's at a lower weight, I believe.
Is he? Let me see. Lomachenko.
Because Lomo and Tank were gonna almost like
Yeah, you're right. He is lighter.
but
Yeah.
Terrance also said he would fight Tank. He said he would. He said he would. I think that would have been at 147. So Tank would have had to go up to 147.
Yeah.
And,
Well, I think Tank is. If I'm right, I think Tank was supposed to go up, or he's trying to go up.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think he can do it. I think he could go up.
I hear he has no problem going up between fights. They say he walk around like 175, 180.
Whoa! I did not know that.
Yeah, this guy. If I can find the video, I'll send it to you. But this guy breaks it down and says, Tank is just a short heavyweight.
That's you know what? I agree with that though. To me, he's like a little Mike Tyson. Like he's like a little mini Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe if Lomachenko went up in weight, I think that'd be a good fight.
Yeah, that would have to be the way.
I like that.
Yeah, but where would what's up with the Spence fight? I was talking to a guy today, and he was almost saying like Bud is not giving Spence the rematch, but I'm like it's in the contract. I think they're just undecided on the weight. If it will be at a new weight of 154,
right?
Or both of them weight drain themselves back down to 147.
That'd be a good one too. Like, and honestly, I mean, Errol Spence deserves that rematch. I mean, I think the world would like to see that too.
Yeah,
I think they would like to see if he wants to come back and like really like do some real damage here. Because to me, Errol Spence is not a bad fighter.
No,
Terrance, when he fought Terrance, I just don't think he fought Terrance at his best.
You're right.
I think he made a lot of mistakes.
Yep.
I think he came in overconfident. I think he got sloppy.
Yep.
So to me, he is a better fighter than when he fought Terrance last year.
Yeah.
So I think if he came back to this fight, that he would need to actually like put forth some real effort. Now, will he beat Terrance? I can't say, but I think that he'll put up a way better fight than what he did before.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
he'll have to. If he doesn't, then that's definitely
it'd be right.
Retirement. Yeah.
He'd be on the verge of Deontay Wilder. Deontay just need to go.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I
agree with you on that.
Yeah, I think it's just about that time. I mean, but he's got a lot personally going on. I think he's got a divorce or something going on right now too.
Potentially, yeah.
That's gonna mess you up.
For sure.
Your personal life, man. That's all that intertwined. Then you got those losses coming off. It's mentally, he just needs to let it go. That's my opinion about Deontay Wilder. But I don't know. We'll see. So with Isaac Cruz, I really want to talk about that one with Pitbull, man. So pretty much, same thing. What's your brief overview about that standing of the fight when he went against Jose? Because that was a hell of an upset.
Yeah. So that Venezuela is I was impressed with his composure. He was 13-2 going into that fight. And it reminded me of the Mayweather versus Gotti fight. Not in the way of that one-sidedness, but it reminded me about how somebody's just locked in. With that Mayweather and Gotti fight, Mayweather was on his knees crying after the fight. And I remember watching it like he didn't remember what he did all rounds, that he was just winning the whole round. But I forget, a lot of fighters at that level become inhuman. And then that humanness comes back at the end and all the emotions come and all that. And so that's what reminded me when Venezuela won and he celebrated afterwards, but he had so much composure during the fight. You could tell he was supposed to be there, and not only was he there, he upset the champion and won the belt.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like you could see it in his face. I mean, he dropped to his knees, just hands in the air. His coaches and everybody came on stage. Yeah, but see, I remember I was telling you this off, before we got live. Boxing needs this type of story. They need an upset. You know what I'm saying? It changes the dynamic, but it also brings new people watching boxing. They're like, oh, okay, well, who's this guy now?
Yeah.
Isaac Cruz, man, he's probably one of the best too. And then for them to get upset like that, it's like, okay, we got some more dogs coming up in here. So, we got some more people to watch.
Yeah, that's a great perspective because he was coming off of a fight with Tank, and everybody rated him from the outcome of that fight and just lasting. Where Tank was getting everybody out of there, he was able to endure. So, had a good fight there, and I don't know. In that fight, Pitbull, he didn't have good footwork, and he didn't use his jab. So, those are the two tally marks I would give Pitbull for not coming out the way he wanted to.
Facts. And I think, man, and he's not completely out. Like, he can come back from this loss.
Oh, yeah.
I just think that he needs to go and readjust. I think he needs to, maybe get a different trainer, or maybe even up the training to something completely different, to where he can be a little bit more versatile. Because right now he's 2-1-2. Like, he's very easy to read. You know what I'm saying? Like, he barely moves like that, and obviously Jose exposed him. So now I think this is a perfect time for, Pitbull to really go under and just reinvent himself. To be like a whole new fighter. And I think he's young enough to do it.
Oh, for sure. How old is he? Do you know?
Let me see. How old is he? Is it Cruz age? So according to Google, man, he's 26. So he's still young enough. He could do it.
Young, yep. You're in your prime as a athlete between 27 and 31, I think. I've heard that before. So
yeah, I think it too depends on how long you've been boxing. Like, because it's a lot of guys like what's his name? Like Frank Martin started when he was 15. You know what I'm saying? And I heard like you really want to start boxing like as early as you can and keep that thing consistent. Because how long has Tank been boxing? I feel like he's been boxing for a long time.
Yeah, Tank is probably age 8. He was young. You can start competing at age 8. So I think Tank was definitely he was definitely in the right city to get that.
What was it, Baltimore, right?
Yeah, Baltimore, yeah.
The Baltimore, man. There's some dogs up there.
Yeah.
Honestly, bro, when I started boxing, you'll laugh at me, bro. I started late in life. I started 2019.
Oh, yeah. How old were you at that age?
29.
Yeah. So it's funny because
that's late.
Yeah, it's late. I started when I was but it just all depends on what you want out of it,
Right. And I know I wasn't gonna compete, but I still wanted to train like that because I like boxing. I like watching it. Like, we had a punching bag when I was like 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? We was just like, we had a little boxing gloves, just going in on it.
Yeah.
Just we didn't keep it consistent. And I think back about it, and me and my pops, we just had a conversation last week. We were like, man, we probably should have just kept you doing. And I was like, but it is what it is.
Yeah, you get so much out of boxing training. So it's good for confidence. It's good for self-defense. So
it is, man. And it's, to me, man, you get the best workout. Like, between boxing and swimming, like, you using everything: legs, arms, back, core. Like, it's a full body legit workout. I remember the first time I actually did like boxing workout, bro. My whole shirt was drenched wet. I have not had a workout where I'm like drenched and wet like that.
Yeah.
Since I was like in high school, like doing track workouts. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was like that. I'm like, dang, man, it's been a long time since I've had this type of workout. But it's the feeling that I get.
Yeah.
Wonders.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's crazy. So what do you think about the strategy that Jose went into? With him fighting Pitbull.
Yeah, I love the strategy. The strategy was just box. You know, use your feet. He was comfortable on the ropes. The defense was on point. He
Mm-hmm.
did get caught a couple times, but it wasn't anything that he wasn't able to shake off. So there was several moments when they were in the center of the ring, and he just showed him the jab, bam, through the cross. You know, so that's high level. He met he met Cruz with a higher level of skill than Cruz was probably ready for.
I think he didn't fall under pressure, and I think he kept that composure through the whole fight, which is what put him to me on top. Like he looked like he trained very well. He looked like his jab was working, like he was in control.
Yeah,
his footwork, like he didn't look like he was like agitated. It's like you said, like it was almost like he was in the boxing zone.
Yeah,
during the whole fight. And I don't know if that was his strategy per se, but I mean, I think that put him over the edge of Cruz.
Right.
I think he got him off his square.
Yeah. Do you remember seeing his last fight? Venezuela's last fight?
I didn't see his last fight.
He was fighting the guy with the colorful hair.
Oh God, what's his name? Jesus, what's his name? I know you're talking about. I just forget his name.
Yep.
So how did he do against that fight?
It was a rematch fight. Then the first fight was close, but he knocked the other guy out. The other guy was all over the place. Wasn't listening to his corner, and got himself knocked out.
Chris Colbert.
He
fought him twice, so he lost to Chris Colbert first.
Okay. I didn't know if it was a draw or a loss, but they said that fight was close. It was controversial for sure.
It was like, he did. He lost that. So they fought back in 2023.
Yeah.
In March. That's the first time they fought, which he lost. And then the second time they fought was in December of last year. And he knocked Chris Colbert out.
Yeah.
So, but I'm gonna go back and take a look at some of his fights, man, because he definitely earned his stripes, Saturday. So I'm gonna go back and do some research on him.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So yeah, bro, this was a great breakdown, man. I got to get you back on when we do more boxing shows, because like I do boxing breakdowns and stuff. I do MMA breakdowns. You know what I'm saying? I have my man AJ on, so shout out to AJ. You know what I'm saying? And what I want to do, and I'll talk to you about it offline. I want to do like a fighting panel where I got you, I got a couple other guys, so I might even bring Mason on, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
we do some breakdowns, you know what I'm saying, that way, because I don't think we really have like a fighting panel, you know what I'm saying? And I pertain a lot to fitness, and I think that combat sports is probably one of the top type of workouts you could do to get like really great fitness, because you have to be you really have to be aware. You have to really be self-aware, you know what I'm saying? And getting it from a fighter's perspective, man, is different. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, I agree with that. I'll be down for that for sure. It'd be dope if we did like a live during the fight. Everybody tuned in to the same link, see the same stream. And
you giving me some ideas, bro.
That would be dope.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do some digging on that, bro. We might have to make that happen on the next fight. See if we can do like a live breakdown.
Yep.
That's what's up, man. Well, I appreciate you pulling up, Jared, man. Tell the people, man, where they can find you at.
Yeah, I'm on Sacred Boxing on all platforms, mainly Instagram and YouTube. I have TikTok as well, Facebook, and I think that's about it. So I'm in Southwest Charlotte. I do one-on-ones. I'm at Highest Stand on Wednesday night for a group class. Monday nights I'm at Triumph Fight Academy in Indian Trail. And
you traveling, bro.
Indian Land. You said what?
You traveling, bro?
Oh yeah. I like the group classes and then the one-on-one. So it's a good mix of all of it. I think on September the 7th I'll be in Sparta. I'll be doing a seminar with Crowley Boxing.
Okay.
And more to come. So
that's what's up, man. Hey, man, shout out to Jared for pumping in, man. And if y'all want to reach out to him, please reach out to his channel. It's like you said, it's at Sacred Boxing, all platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. So Yeah, man. So we appreciate you having you, man. And whenever we exit, I always give a nice little, shout out. So I always say when we're faced with an obstacle, what we do. And I normally have my guests say we rise and we rise. All right. So we'll go ahead and do that, man. So I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Shout out to my man Germs in the building. Shout out to my man Ernest that tapped in. Shout out to Nia that tapped in. Shout out to my man Clouds. Shout out to Charmaine. Shout out to my man AJ, you my dog. Shout out to Clay. So we had some heavy hitters coming in today, y'all. So listen, I appreciate everybody for pulling up. We do have another show next week where we're discussing a lot more on the CMOS side. So if you guys are interested in a CMOS breakdown, please pull up Wednesday. You already know what we're about to do. We're about to bring some facts and we're about to go ahead and get them on the attacking when it comes to the fitness. So when we're faced with an obstacle, what we do, y'all?
Rise and rise.
Rise and rise, baby. Peace.
Peace.